everybody. Welcome to NazTalk. Fridays, every Fridays on Instagram Live. You know, it is comforting and humbling to have the honor to meet all these wonderful guests and to get to know them. And even more of an honor, and I appreciate them coming on to share their knowledge and to pass on their wisdom. I'm so excited. And I feel 2022 is more of that blessing that's coming out. And I feel it, and I want to share it with everybody. We have a special guest today. His name is Dante, Holistic Dante, Meditation Dante. Give him a minute. Yeah, did I do it wrong again? Hey!
Hello.
Hi, Dante. How are you today?
I'm doing very well. How about yourself?
I am well. I'm enjoying my cup of chai, and my spirit's happy.
Nice. I brought my mountain water from the springs. So
Ooh, yes. I need to hydrate more. This is very bad of me.
it's all good. Yeah, I love this. I at least have like 2 of these a day. I feel very hydrated.
Oh, good. I wish I could. I'm in the healthcare field, and every time I tell myself, go get water, then someone's like, hey, I need you. And I'm like, okay, 5 minutes ago, get water. An hour later, I'm like, I'm feeling a bit dried out. Like, I need to go and get some water.
It's super important, especially for your brain. When I was like really young, this alternative woman, she did some sort of test like before and after with my finger. Like
Yes.
it was some sort of like brain thing, and it was like measuring electricity or something like that. And I just drank water, and it like I think the test like shot up. It was pretty amazing. So
Oh my God, the
yeah,
power of water, you guys, the power of water.
we're gonna be talking about water and so many other things too. So I'm excited.
You know what? Me too. You guys, so all of you guys coming in, welcome to NazTalk, which is every Fridays on Instagram Live. We have Dante, Holistic Dante, who is a sound meditator. And he also has a whole list of other things that he does as well. Also, holistic and wellness is one of the biggest things. And he's also a musician. Hold on, let's give it a few minutes here. We got the freeze spinning button. Dante, can you hear me? Oh no. Okay, let me move my. Okay, let's give Dante a few minutes. Oh. Let's try this again, you guys. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay, let's do this again. All right.
Okay, sorry, I'm back. I accidentally tried to adjust something and push myself out.
That's okay. Welcome back. I was like, technical difficulties, you guys. It's okay.
Thank you.
This is the place for it. So, holistic and wellness and sound meditation. What is sound meditation, my dear?
Yeah, so sound meditation is using different instruments, and I would say like sacred instruments, things that would be used for hundreds of years, such as metal bowls. Now in our modern age, we use crystal bowls, chimes, also flutes. So I use wooden flutes, Native American flutes. Other people use harp. There's so many different instruments now, but using some sort of instrument to help people focus and go deeper into their consciousness. So it's using a tool to help people go deeper within, and using the science of sound frequencies to change their own energy in their body, to change their brain frequency, and to go deeper.
Holy moly. When you say change your sound frequency,
Yeah.
is there different types of frequency that you need to be very careful when you're using it?
Generally speaking, I would say all sounds are really harmonic.
Hmm.
The only ones, anything that's very scratchy or like a noise, like a banging noise, that's definitely disruptive.
Okay.
But anything that's very just harmonic, would be really good. Um, yeah, all sounds are really nice. And when you're like using these sound frequencies, it changes the brain waves. And so
Okay.
I'm sure you know about the beta, alpha, theta, and delta.
Yes.
Um, so using these sound frequencies, they can change your brain waves going around to the alpha theta waves.
Okay.
Yeah, so they do change, and it's a lot of the sounds, they go back and forth through your ears, and that's called
Hmm.
like binaural beats.
Okay.
Yeah.
And with, so here's an example.
Mhm.
If someone comes to you and they're anxious, they can't focus. I think that's a big one, especially now more than ever with COVID.
Oh yeah.
What would be the best frequency for them?
Yeah, I would say so either I usually do like a sound healing in a group setting, but I also do
Hmm.
one-on-ones.
Right.
So I usually start my sound healings with lower tones,
Okay.
because like the lower tones, they are very slow. So like anything that's like a slow wave, it can help your mind and your brain. It's like listen
Hmm.
to it and then it slows down your own brain waves.
Right.
So most people like the lower, deeper tones. There's something that happens into the body when they listen to the deeper tones.
Right.
And then like as you start to move along in your journey, then I would say like higher frequencies, play around with those too, so you can have more balance.
Oh
Mm.
wow, I love it. How did you get started on this path?
Uh,
What inspired you?
I would say that I think my mother, she exposed me to a lot of different modalities. So
Mm.
from one side to like metaphysics to like psychics and mediums and shamans. And then on the
Wow.
other side, like alternative medicine, so acupuncturists, chiropractors, people who've done sound healing, things
Right.
like that. So I just grew up that way. Like people, I would just meet, and I would just gravitate to them. We would have shamans in our household like a couple times in a year, like bring them from Peru, and they work with a lot of different tools,
Hmm.
shakers, rattles, the flute, just using their sound. And so I think that a combination of like shamans and then other sound healers. There was a good friend of mine where he had like lots of different crystal bowls, and I was probably like 10 or 11, and so I just was like exposed to it. I was like, wow, this is really amazing. And then I think when I started to work with sound healing, it was about in 2013 when I went to
Right.
Peru, and I did a 10-day ceremony using ayahuasca, and that was amazing because it allowed me to cleanse my body on all
Right.
levels, and I just completely opened up to nature, to the sounds. I was like listening to the birds, and even trees have their own sound. And so I was just so completely open to the sounds, and I was completely open to my own sound, to my own voice.
Right.
Um, and so after that, then I just started to pick up the bowls, and I was like, let me just get a couple. I got a couple of crystal bowls, a couple of metal bowls. The sound healer I was working with helped me out, and then it just started from there, just collecting more, adding more modalities in my
Hmm.
repertoire, Qigong, yoga, and I just combine all of those into the sound healing practice. Because I think that people resonate, like literally, with the sound meditation, because I think that people think so much, and it's like, it's another
Hmm.
frequency. If you think about thoughts, it's like
Yeah.
another frequency. And so the sounds are there to help people focus on something else. rather
Right.
than their thoughts. And I think of it almost like as TM, transcendental meditation, when you're using like a mantra
Yeah.
to help the mind be more occupied so that the consciousness can go down and deeper. I think back in 2013, yeah, no, it was a little bit earlier than that. I was at least 20 years old. I learned TM and I was like, wow, this is really, really powerful. And so all these modalities together, using just frequency, the energy, just led me to this path. And I've been really grateful for it.
Wow. So you literally grew up in this. This was literally the path that it was just like right there. It's like
Yeah.
join me. I love it though. I love
Thank
it,
you.
especially now more than ever with COVID.
Hmm.
And a lot of people are going towards more of being more mindful, changing our mindset and meditation and yoga and sound meditations becoming one of the biggest things right now. Oh,
Hmm.
of course, which is included with the meditation. And when I saw your video popped up on my For You page, I'm thinking, sound meditation. What is that?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. I was like, let me take it deeper. I'm like, this is very interesting. If you
Mhm.
guys haven't seen, Dante has a page. His links are on Instagram and TikTok. I will post it up in the IGTV description box so you guys can go. Also, he does have a sound meditation tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
Please go and check it out and
Hmm.
have, especially if it's a Saturday, you guys, no excuses. Yeah, no
That's
excuses.
exactly.
So, and also he has one-on-one sessions and he has his link tree with everything will be on the Instagram TV description box. You can see how the day really is getting away with me right now, you guys. Forgive me. This is Dante Baker. He is a holistic wellness sound meditation teacher and many more. He has so much on his belt.
Thank you. Yeah.
And very down to earth, very relaxed guy. And like, here's my question that I posted up on the story for this post for this interview. What feeds your soul, Dante?
Let's see. What feeds my soul? Um, I would say, well, there's a lot of different things. I think
Okay.
personally, um, I would say my mission is to help people, use these different modalities to help them with everyday life stress. There's just so much stress that we have in our lives, and so I just think these different tools, such as qigong, sound healing, honestly, whatever it is, can really help people. And so, because ever since I was younger, I was always like, "There's something wrong with the world. Why is the world like
It's
this?"
true. It is true. It's like, why is things happening when it's so simple to solve? It's like I had that when I was growing up too. I'm like, it's such an easy answer. I
Yeah.
don't understand why.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, exactly. And honestly, I think growing up, like in elementary school, middle school, I would just wonder like, why are kids so angry, or why am I being bullied, and all these type of things. And so it was just really confusing, like the whole setup of society. I was like, why is it like this?
mhm.
And I started to like go into my own digging research of like reading about government and reading about like taking some courses and then going online on the YouTube world of and
Yeah.
searching conspiracy this and that. And I started to realize that, it's no solution that we can truly like research. It's a level of consciousness. It's a
Hmm.
consciousness thing, because if you honestly think about it, it's like we have all the resources. There's really no big reason for war. People just want to be understood, and so consciousness has to change. And I believe that using these different tools, people's consciousness can increase and expand.
Right.
So that's the biggest like part of my mission, that feeds my soul, is to help people be a bit more conscious on a global level. And then just on an individual level, I think it goes back for me too. It's like I just want to expand, grow, that's like one of my biggest values is growth and contribution.
Right.
But I just love to just try new things, get better at new things, play. I love to dance. Now I'm starting to like, make music with the flutes and stuff like that. So I think it's just
Ooh.
a lot of it's just creating, because I think that's like human nature. Like we love to create, we love to explore, we love to just grow. That's what we do. And so that's something I love to do, and it's beautiful right now. The way that I'm growing, especially like before COVID, I was doing a lot of different things like teaching yoga and things like that, but then everything just hit.
Yeah.
Um, and I was like, holy snap, I need to change like the way that I'm doing things. Because, certain things fell off, certain relationships fell off, and I had to change, I had to move. And it's just like, okay, well, this is something that's out of my control, but I have to grow from
Hmm.
this. And it's just like that extra stress, that extra push allowed me to be a bit more creative, like thinking outside the box. So that's the thing that feeds my soul. I honestly believe that this earth, this universe, I call it the like university universe, is
I
here to
got that.
teach us. Yeah, it's here to teach us to grow. It's here to teach us, learn, and that's what we're here for. It's definitely a school, I believe.
You know what? That's a good way of putting it. I love that.
Mhm.
It's a good way of putting it. Like the universe is like the university. We're in school. I never looked at it like that. And it makes a lot of sense how, as humans, we, whenever we gain knowledge, we share it. It's
Yeah,
like automatic human nature. However, it's like there's people who gain knowledge, but they're like, but it's for me. I'm not going to pass it on. And I'm going, it doesn't make sense though. I mean, I guess maybe it's my own the way my mindset is. I feel like when I learn something, I share it.
yeah,
It's so important to share it. And there's people out there in the world who, when they learn something, they don't want to share it and they kind of block it. And I mean, when you're growing up, you think you get bothered by, like, I really got bothered by it growing up because I was like, that's not normal.
mhm,
But society says it is because that's how they always say you have to be better. And I'm
yeah,
like, I thought we had to be better for ourselves, but mentality is in society's like, no, you have to be better than the other person. And I'm
mhm,
going, that doesn't make any sense.
right,
That
right,
doesn't make any sense to me. I'm like, but are we the one who has to prove our own worth for ourselves?
yeah,
You know what I mean? So, and this is what I have a 10-year-old son. So this is what I tell my son. He's like, oh, I have to be better. And I'm like, then who? Yourself? And he's like, what? I love him. Looks at me. He's like, what? Like, what are you talking about, mom? Like, what is this? And I'm
uh,
like, no, kiddo, you got to be better than you. And I always tell him that. And he's like, well, the other kids have to be better than them. I'm like, but you're the one who's going to finish school and
mhm,
you're the one getting a career and
yeah,
you're the one who has to, go to university. I'm like, what do they have to do with that path? Like, it doesn't, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. I totally resonate with
Yeah.
that. I
Yeah.
totally resonate with that because
Hmm.
I would think, and the way I thought in the past, even like
Hmm.
in elementary school, was that
Right.
people are in your life to help you grow in different ways,
Yes.
but you're not trying to destroy them or to step on them to grow.
No.
It's
Right.
like there's an exchange that happens. Even when you're like, I used to play basketball, you would
Hmm.
learn things from that other person. Even with dance, I've been dancing more. And so I'm
Hmm.
watching people's videos and I'm like learning different moves and then I'm exploring myself. And so people are there to help you grow. You're not here to step on the person to grow. And
Exactly.
and I also think about like to the scarcity mindset is that that's
Right.
what the majority of people have is like, oh, there's not enough resources, there's not enough, and I have to get it all on my own. I have to get this, I have to get that. And having switching that, having more of an abundant mindset, sharing with other people. And I was like thinking too, like if all the cell phones companies and all these different big corporations just share all their information, technology would be booming. You
Oh,
like,
100%.
yeah, it'd be
A hundred
booming.
percent.
Yeah,
A
totally.
hundred
So
percent. Mm-hmm.
it's just so important to think instead of the ego mind of like it's just me, and think about more the expansive mind. Again, raising consciousness. Like we are so connected in so many
Mm-hmm.
different ways. And it's like, it's almost like the hand's not going to say, oh, I'm just my own regular person.
Oh
I
no.
don't need the arm. I don't need the shoulder. I don't need the.
Everything is connected. Exactly. You understand 100%.
Yeah.
And it's the mindset now where, especially COVID, more than ever, because as you were saying, you had to find another approach with how you can approach this now. It's like, okay, COVID, we're home. So
Hmm.
how do I do what I do to pass on that info to everybody?
Right.
And on that note, how did you were able to handle that, especially during COVID?
Yeah, so I started to tap into doing more things online, definitely more Zoom. I did
Okay.
like a holistic workout program for people, like meeting 3 times a week. And so that was a lot of fun. And then I started to get on Insight Timer. Um, Insight Timer, just a meditation app, which is really, really cool. Um, Back in like November, or I think it was like November 19.
Okay.
And then I think I started to do way more back in 2020, live streams. They started to offer live streams. And I was like really tapping into that. People were coming in, and we were just sitting and
Wow.
meditating. I had bowls. I started to buy a mic, 2 mics actually. My friend who
Hmm.
does like sound engineering, he helped me create a lot of different meditation tracks using sound
Yes.
bowls, guided meditations.
Hmm.
But then he started to help me up like with a lot of different equipment. He was like, yeah, you should get this, you should get that. So I got like a new laptop interface, so I could do like cool echo stuff and reverb.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it, like, again, like I wouldn't have honestly thought about doing that if it wasn't for like the lockdowns. Like I would have been like, oh, I'm good here. I'm good to teach yoga at studios and things like that. But after that, I was like, okay, let me expand to places that I don't even know, like different parts of the world. People might want to join me doing some sound meditation. So yeah, that really changed the game. And then just started to reach out to people on Facebook, Instagram. And I literally recently got into TikTok. So like,
It's like becoming everybody's thing. I just came on TikTok like everybody's story.
right.
Everybody's story. But TikTok is literally a great platform, especially during COVID because it was booming and
Yeah.
everybody's been like, I'm even on TikTok. I didn't even think that, I was like, oh, I'm just doing it as a joke. And then, like, I was like, oh, well, all right.
Right. Yeah.
Let's see what else I can do.
Yeah. What's your
Um,
big experience? What's that been like for you going on TikTok?
uh, well, okay, here's the thing. TikTok was, I did it because I had a hip injury back in 2020.
Hmm.
And I also had COVID as well. And then a few months later, and then I had a patient fell on me and I injured my hip. So I couldn't walk. I had to use a cane. I had a little girl call me grandma, which really broke my spirit. It did.
Oh.
And I'm glad I can laugh about it now, but at that moment I was tears. I'm like, what? And believe it or not, the things that they got me to do was yoga and meditation to help deal with the pain because I said I can't do pain medication because I'm the type of person that's like last resort. Like if I'm dying, I'll take it,
Hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
And they're like, no, but you need it for the pain. I'm like, no, I don't want to numb the pain. I want you guys to teach me how to manage my pain
Hmm.
in a way that I can help heal it so the pain goes away. I don't want the pain to come back. I want the pain to go away eventually. So it was yoga and a lot of floor exercises, low impact exercises that I had to do.
Hmm.
And because of that, and I did the meditation, especially when I'm doing too much and I feel like I'm like, okay, I can't walk. I can't, okay, I gotta find a quiet spot, like outside. If I feel the pain and it's overpowering me, I have to find a spot. A lot of time I'm in a park, I find a bench, I just sit, take off my shoes, and I just ground myself and I just remind myself, like, okay, I am the pain. I am the pain. The pain is gonna go, let it, I'm like, let it do the rolls.
Mm,
Let it do the rolls. And I keep doing my breathing. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I got this. I can
mm,
make it home. I just have to remind myself, like, okay, take it one step at a time. And
mm,
a lot of the time, the pain goes down so much, it's enough for me to get home.
mm,
So, um, I am a certified meditation teacher.
mm,
It got me to that level, and I'm so thankful for it. And I
mm.
still do it at work, even though I had people laughing at me at work in the beginning. Now they don't.
Yeah, oh, nice.
And I do 15, 20 minutes, and I just do simple low impact stretches, and I do
Mm,
my breathing exercises, and I do my meditation.
mm.
And it's enough to get me through the day, and I'm ready to go home.
That's beautiful. I like that.
This,
I like that a lot. That's really good because I think like what you just said, a lot of like what meditation is and what I
hmm
found is acceptance. It's like you have to
hmm
accept what is, whatever it
exactly.
is, you have to accept. And there's something that happens to the mind body that just knows what to do with that. It knows how to heal itself. It knows how to open. And
hmm
um, there's a part in yoga. There's like the yamas and niyamas. They're basically like the ethical principles of yoga,
Okay.
a part of the eight limbs of path.
Okay.
Um, and so, like the last one is surrender. So you have to really surrender to whatever it is.
Okay.
It's like it's surrendering to God, but we think of like Brahma is like everything. It's creation. It's everything. And so surrender is so important as a part of meditation. So it's super key, especially with sound meditation too. Sometimes people are like, they might feel a sound, their body might lock up. And I usually just tell people to breathe, to take long, deep breaths.
hmm
People come to me sometimes and they might say like, oh, I felt a little bit irritated from this high pitch.
Okay.
And I usually just say, well, just sit with it, breathe with it, and
hmm
let it pass and let it go through you and see and be curious too. Uh,
Oh,
there's
okay.
this, yeah, there's a story I think about is this woman, she was irritated with running water, like like those Asian running waters, like those little
Oh my
mountains.
God. I love those.
I know she
What?
didn't like it.
I love those. Okay, so what happened? Tell me the
So
story. What happened?
So she didn't like it at all, but she
hmm
knew that she could shift that perspective. And so she actually sat with it for days and weeks, I think even a couple months. And
Wow.
later on, it started to change for her. And then she really did enjoy it. So,
Oh, good. Oh,
yeah.
good. But it's what you're saying though, is a change of mindset
Mhm.
of everything. And it's so funny because I'm hearing like when people say when you're changing your mindset, it is literally um, repairing and making new neural pathways in your brain. And
Yeah.
I was like, hold on. So you're telling me that like what you're saying about the water fountain, it was irritating the woman and she
Mhm.
sat with it. So she literally made new pathways in her brain that said, you know what? I don't mind it so much. It's
Right.
actually nice.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
amazing how powerful the brain is. It's quite holy, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah. It is.
hmm
It's neuroplasticity. It's like when I first saw that and heard that, it was back in 2012, I believe.
Right.
There was a woman named Sarah Lazar, and she did like I was looking at her studies and things like that. She did like an 8 week meditation study with people who were complete beginners.
Right.
And she did a scan of their brain before and after and saw the changes in their brain
hmm
when they did meditation. And then people with PSD, I think they have like a bit of a enlarged, not, I think it was like either, what's that part of the brain? Amygdala? I think it was amygdala. It's a amygdala. Is it? I think
Um,
so. But it's like, it's the part of the brain that deals with stress.
so
And
lower
so,
down. It's
yeah,
like lower down, right? Okay.
yeah, it's lower down. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And so basically when they did the 8 weeks, they saw that part start to shrink. and get smaller in size. And so, yeah, again, meditation is great for people with PTSD, great for people with anxiety issues,
Yes.
depression, things like that. So it's really beautiful. You can literally change your brain by changing your perspective, which is so interesting too, because I think of just consciousness and again the thoughts. It's like thoughts begin to change the physiology, and it's like
Right.
when we focus on that, like the brain and all these parts, they're just receiving again thoughts, consciousness, and then it begins to change and transform, which is pretty amazing, I think.
It is pretty amazing. And
Yeah.
like we're saying, because of COVID, it's becoming now more of it's the hype. It's like, yes, you guys, let's go. Meditation, sound meditation, yoga, Reiki, you know, energy. It's like everyone's like, whoa, hold on, what's going on?
Yeah.
And I love it because it's something that like my mom always taught me and my siblings, like everybody has energy and you
Hmm.
have to be careful with your energy and be careful who is around you so they don't take your energy as well. And I was like, oh, people take energy like Ghostbusters. That's what I had to, so you know, when you're a kid, you try to associate it in a way that it makes sense in a child's mind, right?
Right, exactly.
And I was like, okay, like Ghostbusters. And mom was like, no, not like Ghostbusters. I'm like, well, I don't understand. And I get it because my 10-year-old does not get it as well. He's like, mom, like we're flesh and blood and bones. Like, what are you talking about? Energy. And I'm like, okay, I get it now. Like, I get where his mindset is. And where I work with Alzheimer's, dementia, aggressive behavior, last stage of Alzheimer's dementia. And it's amazing because I hear people and they're like, well, this patient's aggressive. We can't handle him. And I'm
Mm.
like, hey girl, how you doing? And I'm like, what do you mean you guys can't handle him? I'm like, he's a human being. What do you mean about like, I'm like, what? So they couldn't handle this patient and I didn't like I listened to it. I'm like, okay, I'll take the patient. They're like, what? I said, I'll take the patient.
Mm.
And I was like, I don't mind. And they were shocked because this patient and I developed a relationship where we have like the minute he sees me, this biggest smile on his face, and he
Mm.
grabbed my hand and he's like, "Hello, my sweetheart."
Mm.
And today he gave me a hug, and it was like over. I was like, "Whoa, what is happening?" Everyone's like looking at me, thinking, "We have to take three. There's three of us that have to go in just to
Mm.
change him." And I'm looking at them. I'm thinking, I'm like, "Yeah," but I said, "Yes, it's energy though."
Mm.
I went in with the intention of helping a person.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are going in with the intention of he's going to hurt us.
Right, right,
I'm like, you see the difference with, I said, it's energy. I'm like, plus, I'm like, my energy is calm because I know if I'm calm, he's calm
right,
or she's calm or whatever, you know, with all the residents. It's like, it's energy. I truly believe energy. We are all connected. We are love. And it starts with us with the love.
right.
And it's also with some of your videos that I saw, with the sound. I automatically felt love
Mm.
in your videos, and I was like, he needs. I have to check to see if you're on Spotify because I'm like, it's going to go become my new list, new list of music that I'll be playing at work as I'm
Oh,
walking. You know? No, I'm not joking. Do you have your music on Spotify?
I do. Yep. I do. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys, I'm gonna put that on there on the description box as well. Don't laugh, it's true.
Oh, thank
Don't
you.
laugh. I'm gonna put it on, and I'm gonna be playing it at work. They were like, "Wait," I said, "You guys, you gotta meet this guy, Dante. Fantastic," and you know,
Thank you. Yeah, a lot of
and
them, the sound healing, I think I have like 10 tracks. A lot of them are
oh,
bowls.
good.
Hmm.
Okay.
So
Oh, good.
so if you listen to it, you can either listen to it just relaxing, reading, you can do it
Perfect.
during meditation.
Perfect.
And so, yeah, they are very, very relaxing. A majority of them are just bowls. Hmm.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to be using them at work. It'll be on my Spotify playlist, and I'll be using it at work for my residents because I have this one on right now. It's called Peaceful Meditation.
Mhm.
This is the one I play for my residents. It's
Nice.
either that or Adele or the 50s, the 40s and 50s, you know. They're
Nice.
picky. So they're picky. So I'm definitely gonna do that. You guys, please go check out Spotify, check out his music,
Yeah.
and also check out his Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
Hmm.
YouTube?
I
Yes,
am on
YouTube.
YouTube. Hmm. Hmm.
You are into. So we're gonna get all that going.
Thank you.
Um, Here's some fun questions.
Okay, I'm ready for it.
Don't get scared. Don't get scared.
I'm ready. I'm staying
All right.
grounded.
So we're gonna have fun at you guys, okay? Because I know all of you guys are wondering about Dante. Don't worry. So Dante,
Hmm.
are you single?
Am I single? Well, right now I see a partner. I have a partner that she's in Texas. Yes, so
Okay.
she's in Texas. When did we meet? We met last year, first on Facebook. And
Okay.
we have a connection with another person, which is funny, but we started like chatting on Facebook, talking like, "Hey, what's up?" Da, da, da. And then we just kept on like talking. Sometimes FaceTime. She would like do her nails, and, and we would just chat. And then she came to Flow Jam, which is a festival. Um,
Okay.
yeah, it's a really cool festival, and we just
When does the festival usually happen?
that one happens during the summer. So
Okay.
they are gonna do a festival this year, Flow Jam.
Oh, good.
It's going to be really awesome. I'm also doing a festival in April. I'm doing a festival in April, and that's going to be in Texas. It's called
Nice.
Ecstatic Forest.
Okay.
So that's going to be fun.
Oh,
But yeah,
yay.
so that's no, yes, I'm seeing someone right now. Long distance though.
Long distance, you guys. Unfortunately, you guys, he's off the market. I'm sorry.
Off the market.
All the love and blessings. Okay, next question. What is your favorite color?
My favorite color. I always would say when I was younger, blue and green. Kind of like both. Blue and green, blue and green.
So like turquoise, I guess, like right in between.
I guess turquoise. I mean, my mom, maybe it's because of my mom, she was like, she would always wear turquoise. So maybe that like influenced my blue and green.
It
Um,
probably does. It probably
it
does.
probably is, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then here, mind your tuition. She said, "Wait, you met this person at Flow Jam?
No, no. Oh, the person I'm connected
You're with?
Texas.
Yes.
Yes, yes. We that was the first time that we actually really hung out. I mean, we hung out a little bit before that, but yes, Sarah. Hmm. And she came to.
There you go.
That's the person who put on Flow Jam. There she is.
Oh, oh, she's on? Hold on.
Yeah, she's on. Yep, that's she. She runs Flow Jam. She's been doing it for several years. Hmm.
How did I miss her? Hold on. Hold on. Hold
Yep, mind
on.
your intuition. She's awesome.
Oh, mind your tuition is her?
Yep. So yeah, she puts on Flow Jam. I've done Flow Jam
Nice.
several years. Hmm.
Okay.
So she's awesome.
You guys have to bring Flow Jam up to Canada, unfortunately. I'm listening to all this and I'm like, the States is where it's at. What is this?
Come to the
No.
United States. I mean, we have a lot of cool stuff, but I don't know, Meredith. Like they're asking for Flow Jam in in Canada.
Yeah, we need Flow Jam up here.
So let's do it.
Yes, please, please. Because I'm like, we need more. We need more of this. I'll be there for sure. Please mind your tuition. You and I need to chat. All right. Here's another question for you, my dear. If you had an opportunity to meet your younger version of yourself, what would you tell him?
Let's see. To meet my younger version of myself.
Hmm. What would you
Hmm.
tell him?
I would probably tell him to stop focusing so much on relationships.
You know,
Like,
this is the thing I like about NazTalk. Everybody's answer is different. I
Really?
never had anybody who had the same answer. Everybody had different answers.
That's so
That's
funny.
funny.
Yeah.
Don't focus so much on relationships. Okay, how so?
Okay, so I think when I was younger,
Mm-hmm.
I had this dream. I think it's because probably because of childhood and wanting things to be different. Because like my
Mm-hmm.
mom, I grew up with a single family. She was raising me. There's a lot of stress that came with that too. My dad started to come into the picture when I was like 10, 11, but it was like
Okay.
on the weekends and things like that. So it was still different. Um, so I think I told myself so much that I need to have a strong, steady relationship, and I need to like put in so much effort. Um, and it needs to be with love and so much this and so much that. And I think I put it so much on a pedestal that I didn't think about everything else that needs to go in, which was like
Mm-hmm.
my career, self knowledge, which I did. I definitely did do that with other things, but just really developing myself. I put too much onto the other person, so I think I would tell myself that is to not put so much energy and effort in relationships because I'm very attentive and a listener and all this type of stuff, but I think I needed to put more energy elsewhere. So that's what I would tell myself.
Okay, I like it. I like it. Very wise words. I had one person um, invest earlier. I was like, what? And I was like, you know what? That's actually smart. That's smart.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's smart. And they're like, yes, because this is things that we should be telling ourselves. I'm like, yes, it is.
Oh gosh, yes,
A
I,
hundred
I
percent.
agree with that. I think we should be investing early. I mean, there's a lot of things that we should be doing.
Oh,
So
100%. It's okay though. I feel like that's the part of the path though. You
mhm,
learn, you make mistakes, you
yeah,
learn again, you make
right,
more mistakes.
right.
And it's like the vicious cycle. You keep going. You're like, okay, I made it. And then once you're like at peace, you're like, you're was it all for the wiser? All wiser? How does it say go? Something like that.
Yeah, you do get wiser. Like I said, knowledge is learning the information, and then wisdom is the application of it. So,
hmm Um, are we able to get like a little like sneak peek of how sound meditation works?
oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So let's see. So I basically have this metal bowl right here, and
Ooh,
so this
okay.
is it's mostly brass. It probably has some other metals, and there are different like notes to each one.
hmm
And the metal bowls, they have different, I would say, timbres depending
Right.
on the type of mallet that you use.
But
So,
What's around it though? It's like a material?
oh yeah, this is like felt, and
Okay.
so this makes it easier to ring. Hmm.
Okay.
And so they have different overtones, especially the metal bowls. They have different overtones.
Right.
With crystal bowls, they usually just produce one sound,
Right.
and they're usually either tuned to 440.
Okay.
These aren't so much tuned to 440. They might be just honestly just made. These are handmade, um, and they just sound really nice. So as I strike, I usually strike upward like a 90-degree angle
Okay.
and go up like that, and it gives it that resonance.
And it's still going.
Hmm. And so that those overtones and that back and forth, that's the part that it's like it disrupts the brain because you're not used to hearing this type of sound, and so
Exactly.
it disrupts the brain,
hmm
and it allows you to again go deeper, and you have those overtones. And then if I use this softer mallet,
Okay.
it gives it a deeper.
I didn't really hear it.
Yeah, yeah, it's very different using the phone.
I
um,
know. I'm seeing that because I'm like listening to it. I'm like, hold on.
yeah, that's why I
Oh,
usually
I
use.
hear it. I hear it. I hear it
You hear it now?
now.
I usually use my mics, so the mics pick up it way better than through the phone. But you can still hear it like that.
I can hear it. But so would you have two mics, I guess, on either side?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, wow. That makes sense.
And then I use this softer mallet or this felt to make it ring.
I hear it.
Yeah, so you hear the back and forth. So that's the part that's very calming. Again, it goes has the binaural like, and it makes your brain go like, ah, it's like a
And it's
foot
funny.
massage.
It is because it's funny because all of a sudden I really felt it like shoo, right, like
Yeah,
I'm tingle, and I was like, oh my god! Every time when I hear it, I was like, shoot, it knows me.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you definitely get rooted with this. So there's
Hmm.
different ones. So I'll play another one that's just slightly different. I'll play this one. I like this one. So it's a little bit higher.
Ooh,
And then what I
I
usually
like
do,
it.
it's like I play with the sounds. I have different notes, and it's just like a rhythm. Everything
Hmm.
is very rhythmic.
Oh,
And so now it becomes like you're mixing colors, different frequencies.
see, when you said colors, you speak my language now because I'm a painter, and for me, I know people think it's weird, but for me, when I listen to music, I see colors as I'm painting it. So I feel like every song I'm listening to, it's like another work that I painted because it's the colors I see. And people are like, you can't paint colors. I'm like, well, I see that's what I see. I can't explain it.
Yeah,
And when you say colors, I'm like, I know what you mean. I could
yeah,
see it. Oh,
yeah.
that's pretty
Colors
cool.
colors are frequency. I mean, like the red is slow, and then the violet is faster. When people do meditate and they listen to these sounds, they will see colors. If they again they focus on their breathing, I usually like help people guide them through a simple breath practice,
Hmm.
and then we play the sounds. And so I
Hmm.
also have other things like the chimes.
See, this I grew up with always. In the front door or in the backyard, you always have chimes.
Yeah, it really reminds people of this. I just think of like when you hear a sound that puts you back into a very calm place, you go there. Like you bring that moment here. And so that's why I love chimes. People always resonates with chimes.
Oh, 100%. Chimes, I think of it's summertime and hanging out with friends. That's
Exactly.
every time when I see chimes, and that's my happy spot. I'm like, hang out with friends, and it's summertime. And you're like,
Right.
yes.
I think of that too. I think of like
Hmm.
sitting like on the balcony or like
Yep. Or
and just
porch
yeah,
and
just like
nature. Yeah.
nature, rocking chair with
That's
like
it.
the wind
Yes.
moving. See?
And you're like, I'm good. This is a fantastic day today.
Exactly, exactly.
Oh
Um,
man. Okay, what else you got? I was like,
and then I have this flute. Yeah, so honestly, I've been working with this flute for about a year and just
okay.
self-taught. I think I met with a person who taught me like a couple of notes of how to play for like 20 minutes, and then I just picked it up on my own. Um, so it's been a lot of fun, just again learning something new. And I was like, wow, I'm really liking this. I feel connected because on my mom's side, she has some Cherokee blood in her, and
Oh
so
wow, that's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah. So there's definitely a connection to that. I feel so.
loved it. It's amazing because how it's so just I don't know how to describe it. It's like you could feel it in your soul. And it's not something that, you're like breaking it down. You're like, yeah, let's go. It was more like, thank you. That's it. It's like, thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you for allowing, to allowing us to hear your music and to hear the different sounds. And it's amazing.
Yeah.
And you guys, if you guys are coming in, this is Dante. He has his sound meditation tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do not, do not miss it. It's going to be on Instagram though.
Yes, it'll be on Instagram, and
Okay.
I'm gonna do it from my laptop, which is gonna be really cool. So once I do it from the laptop, then I use the mics and everything. So
There you go, you guys. Instagram, you got no excuses. No excuses.
yeah.
I'll be at work, but I'm going to try to find a spot and go, okay, you guys, I need a spot. I need a spot. Don't bother me. Like, I hope I can do that.
Yeah, yeah, I hope so too. No,
So, how is what is it? How long is usually your sessions when you are doing your sound meditation?
yeah. So when I do online, it's usually an hour.
Okay.
And then I think that when I do like in-person sessions, I do a combination of either Qigong or yoga just to
Mm-hmm.
keep the body moving, keep the energy going,
Mm-hmm.
loosen people up in that way, and then lay them down and do sound meditation that way. So yeah, and I think in person and doing it online, they are different. The main difference is the crystal bowls. You do feel the vibrations move through you. But even to listening to it either through audio and things like that, you can still hear those sounds in the brain, and it will still affect you. Um,
It's true. It's
yeah.
true.
hmm
That's true. Can you explain a little bit of Qigong?
Of Qigong.
Qigong. Yes.
Qigong. Yeah, yes. So, yeah, Qigong has been around for, I would say, more than 2,000 years. And it's an art of movement, moving qi, getting the energy moving through the meridians, and balancing all of the five elements. Again, using breath, using focus, concentration, and using intention. And so Qigong it's a base, they basically use Chinese medicine. So if you think about Chinese medicine, there's five elements.
Mm-hmm.
There's fire, water, metal, wood, and earth. And within those, there's different organs that are connected to those. And
Huh.
so yeah, so Qigong is all about doing different movements
Right.
to either move energy or to bring it up, to expand it. Usually, a lot of it deals with balance. So if a part of your energy is too much, you'll do a certain Qigong to bring it down. If
Right.
the energy is too low, you'll do something to bring it up. And it's all about just harmony. So
I
that's
love it.
yeah, that's what Qigong's all about. They would basically use it as a way to stay healthy, to stay in harmony. And I do remember my teacher said that like acupuncturists or really the doctors there, they would go into the town, they would have a town, and they would basically be rewarded for keeping everyone healthy. And if people were healthy, then like the doctor did their job. But if people started to get sick, then like the doctor is like, oh man, you got to get better. So it was like it's a very different mindset of like keep the people healthy and harmony, have them do practices, drink herbal teas. That's why like a lot of that Eastern culture, they would regularly drink tea just to stay healthy, to stay balanced.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so yeah, so Qigong is all about doing movements to create balance within your energy field.
There's a lot of the seniors I see during the summertime at the park, and they're doing a little exercise. And I'm thinking, you know what though? I give them high fives because, you know, they're like still kicking. And
Mhm.
I'm like, you know what? I'm like, if they're still kicking, I can still do it too.
Oh
I
yeah,
could do,
absolutely.
you know, and and you're right, they're always drinking hot tea, hot water
Hmm.
all the time. And I have a friend of mine, she's like, you need to drink more hot tea. And I'm like, I don't like really tea. She's like, just drink hot water. And I'm like, I can do that. So I'm literally using the same tea bag and
Mm.
I'm just refilling it. So the tea bag starts like strong, you guys. And at my end of my shift, it's like weak. It's like no flavor left. It's gone. But what Dante's saying is true. And this is how we need more of that holistic approach, especially in North America, where it isn't really acknowledged. It is, I mean, it is being acknowledged, but not um, of an alternative.
Yeah.
Um, I grew up in British Columbia, which is West Coast Canada, where holistic approach and alternative is a lot more like try this before going for antibiotics.
Right.
Antibiotics was more last resort. So,
Hmm.
and that's the environment I grew up in, like where, you know, you do holistic. Okay, you're not feeling well. What is it that's in your environment? Are you allergic to something? Maybe take that out of the environment or make a journal. It maybe it's foods. Maybe you can't have certain foods anymore.
Hmm.
Maybe you need to be more active in your life. Maybe you're home too much. Like, you know, there's a list of things that what people go through, and that's usually how it is. While in the East Coast, I'm in Quebec, you're sick, here's antibiotics.
Right. Right. Right.
Here's antibiotics. Take Tylenol, take Advil. And I'm like, that didn't solve my problem.
Right.
It's probably gonna cause another problem,
Right. Right.
right? And and it's like with what I was saying with the hip injury, um, it's like take these pain meds, take
Hmm.
these, and I'm telling you guys, naproxen is one of the strongest pain meds I've ever had in my life,
Mm.
and it knocked me out to the point I was like I didn't even know where I was. That's how it knocked me out, and I was like, I can't do this. I even told him, I'm like, I can't do this. You
Mm.
can't give me this. And please, you guys, if you want to have your one-on-one session with Dante, his link is going to be posted up in the IGTV description box.
Yeah.
Sign up. He's having his sound meditation tomorrow, 9 a.m. On Instagram Live. Check him out. He's pretty cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
And if you guys were here earlier, if you guys weren't here earlier, you missed the Dante's performance. It's okay. This is going to be saved. You guys can see his performance
Hmm. Yeah.
and get an idea of what sound meditation is. It is awesome.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to tell you this. It's awesome. And if you guys have questions, please put it in the little, I think it's like the air bubble,
Yeah.
comment bubble with the question mark. I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, what is the comic version of it? You
Question.
know, like question, comment, uh, conversation bubble,
Yeah.
you know?
Right.
And so what is your goal for for your holistic approach um
Yeah.
in for 2022?
Hmm. So right now I'm doing like a online fitness, holistic fitness program where it incorporates yoga, it incorporates working out too. My background is personal training. I started personal training when I was 19.
What?
Yeah, I work. I know.
That's
I've
like
done everything.
that's a complete like 180.
I
No,
know.
actually no. No, it works because a personal trainer, you need to know every part of the body. And
Mhm.
then when you're doing your sound meditation and yoga, you got okay, you know what? It makes sense. You balance it out. I had to think about that one. I was like, hold on.
Like what? Yeah.
What? Okay, so 19, you're a personal trainer. Continue. Oh my God.
So yeah, 19, I worked at the YMCA for like 7 years. And I was doing what was it? I was doing personal training 101s. I would train
Okay.
people for like 80 years old to like 10 years old. So I trained like a big, wide variety of different people. I did
Okay.
classes, kickboxing classes, sculpt classes. I even taught like there were like these kids that would come in from another school, and we would like train them too. So it was a lot of fun. And then I did massage therapy after that. Yep. I know.
You have
Massage.
many sides. Continue.
I do many things because that led me because there was a personal trainer who was also a massage therapist. And
Okay,
so I
fair
was
enough.
like, that does blend in because he would work them
Yes.
out and then he would stretch them out too. And then after that, then that's when I started to go more into the Eastern approach, which was Tui Na, which is a type of Chinese body work.
Okay.
Uh, so then I started to study Chinese medicine for about 9 months. I didn't finish the program because I got more into doing Qigong and yoga and things like that.
Of course, of course.
Reiki and then started to do more sound healing.
Hmm.
But so yeah, so my biggest thing right now is to do a holistic workout, such as again, working out, doing yoga twice a week, and then on Fridays we do meditation, breath work. So that's my biggest focus right now, doing one-on-ones. And then the last thing I'm working on is to create a like a sound meditation course for people who want to do yoga or just add it into their practice. So I'm a 500-hour yoga certified teacher, and so yeah, I just got it in 2000 and yeah during the pandemic. It was like all online, so it worked out. But basically, like I'm putting together a system where people can work with bowls, use it as a practice, also work with their voice. Because the voice is very powerful. There's lots of benefits when using your own voice,
Hmm.
and doing different yoga moves while using your voice. So it'll be a program that people can just go to and tap into. So that's the I'm in the beginning works of that right now. So
Now that's pretty cool. And what Dante says is true because I am putting out because it is Happy Love Month and Happy Black History Month.
mm,
And what I'm doing is I'm putting out a poem a day about love.
nice.
And the background music is my own voice.
Mm.
And everyone's like, "Oh, where'd you get the music from?" I'm like, "It's me." It's me. And what you say, Dante, is true. Your voice is powerful. The way you can control it and manipulate it and do what you want it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
And it's something completely new for me to do, but I'm doing it as fun. Me, it's more for the poem. I just want to get my poem, the spoken words out there for
nice.
this month because I feel like we kind of need the love. Just
We
saying.
definitely do. Absolutely. Yeah, so I use my voice too. I've been using it
Mhm.
since in combination with the sound healing, like toning.
Right.
And
Mhm.
so I'll give you one demonstration. I do like
Yes.
I do like I do more of a throat singing type of deep but I also do like other types of toning and things like that. Different,
Right.
using different sounds of my mouth, which is like really fun. But this is like the main one that I usually do.
Okay. What? I was like thinking, okay, it's just gonna be a normal and then this came out. I was like, I'm sorry, what? That's not your voice. You put like a voice box in there.
No, this is all of it, the whole natural. It's all natural.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I can't go to that level. Yo. Yo. That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is cool. That is cool. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna show this clip I gotta show this to my son. He's gonna be like, what? I said, this is what I'm talking about. You see?
I was gonna recommend something for your son too. Maybe he's seen it,
Mhm.
maybe not. Is
Okay.
Avatar, the Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, we watched it together when he was like 4.
Okay, well, tell
Yeah,
him
he
that
loved it. He loved it.
that's exactly what Qigong is, yoga is like. Just be like, that show is basically all of the information that they got, all the story stuff. They got it from yoga and Qigong. They talk about the elements. They talk about the 4 elements, which is like in the 4 elements that we think about.
Right.
And also to him, like talk to him about there's a great YouTube channel called Spirit Science. Um,
Spirit side. I'm gonna have to write this down. Spirit
yes,
science.
Spirit
Okay.
Science. hmm And
Spirit.
I really enjoyed it because it has like this. It's animated and it has this guy talking, and he in the beginning of the videos he kind of talks really
Okay.
fast, and like later on he slows down. So it's animated. It's really fun, but he does a great job. Him and his team does a great job linking how spirituality and science go hand in hand. They're not like two separate things. They're two sides of the same coin. Um, and so it's really beautiful, especially the way they talk about elements. If you think about elements, like, yeah, fire, earth, air, and water.
Mhm.
Um, if you look at nitrogen, which is fire, I think hydrogen, air, oxygen, water, and then you have earth, which would be, no, maybe I'm switching things up. Maybe
No,
carbon
nitrogen would be soil. That's
would be
earth.
soil. Yeah,
H2O would be water.
water. Yeah,
Um, and then you have um, what is it? O2 would be oxygen,
yeah.
and it's just fire. It's just
Fires. Yeah,
fire there.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So
No, but
they
you're right though. I see that.
hmm
But you know what? We watched Airbender.
hmm
It's funny you bring that up because we watched Bear Ender, but Airbender, but I never connected the two because it was a conversation him and I were having about energy and how energy is very, it's like it's energy is very like very flexible
hmm
and we have to be very careful. He's like, oh, I don't believe you, Mom, with energy's up. It's fair. He's 10. I'm not going to stress with him. And Airbender is the best. You're right. That's the best way. You genius. I'm gonna do. I listen. This child and me, we're gonna sit down. I'm gonna be like, listen. You need to watch Airbender, and you and I are gonna have a conversation
Yeah.
afterwards about it. So I'm gonna leave it alone for. I think I'm gonna leave it alone when it's closer towards the end of February,
Uh,
and then we're just gonna rewatch the whole Airbender. We're gonna do it all over again, and this is
right.
where we're like, you see the energy there, you see. But I know him. He's gonna be like, it's just an animation, Mom. It's not real.
Well,
My kid's too smart for his own good.
yeah, I think there's like one episode toward the end, like the 4th season, where Avatar Aang has to go to a guru and learn like energy and things like that, and he talks
Mhm.
about the chakras, and he talks about what they do and then how it gets blocked, which is like it's really cool. I mean, I think again they do a beautiful job at con- like connecting. Um,
I'm gonna do that with him. That's a great idea, though. I appreciate that. Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome.
Because it's when it comes to kids, it's when you say something to them, they're like, yeah, okay,
Right,
yo, Mom. Like that's his voice. Yo, Mom. Yeah,
right.
okay. Or if he has something to tell me, he's like, yo, Mom, and I'm like, listen, stop with the yo. Stop with the yo. Anyways, and he'll tell me, he's like, well, Mom, this is how the thing is happening on YouTube. His generation is YouTube,
Oh yeah.
social media.
hmm
Everybody's job in the class is they all want to become YouTubers. Like that's a new thing. And I'm like, that's okay. Be
hmm
a YouTuber. But I'm like, however, being a YouTuber is a lot of work because I know my kid.
hmm
He's gonna be like, hold up. I gotta rethink. I have to reevaluate my life. I know him.
Yeah.
So, because it's writing, editing, taping, it's a lot of work. It's not like these 1 hour or 20-second clips. Like they look fantastic, but they spend like 6 hours on it. And he's like, no, it's not. And then he sees the videos I do, and he's like, oh, Mom, these videos are great. I'm like, yeah, I spent 2 days on them. And he's looking at me like,
Oh yeah.
What?
Mhm.
So, but I'm definitely going to pass that on to him with the spirit science. That's amazing. Thank you. I'm going to pass
Yeah.
that and say, check it out. And I hope
Yeah.
it would, it's going to resonate with him. And hopefully he could see the connection because I personally think kids, it's very important for them to know and understand how energy works, especially when you meet someone and
Mhm.
where like personalities don't match. It's
Right.
okay. It just means that they're at a different level than you are,
Right.
you know?
Exactly.
Not because they don't like you. It just means they're dealing with something they're not paying attention, you know?
Mhm.
Like you're not supposed to be in their path at that moment.
Right.
So, and with kids, they don't understand that. To them, it's like, oh, they don't like me. I must be not a good person. And I'm going,
Mhm.
how did you get that evolution out of that conversation? It doesn't make sense. We're
No.
adults. Of course, it doesn't make sense to us. But in
Right.
their mindset, it's logic sense.
Right.
And I feel like meditation um, and the teaching of this needs to be implemented in schools. I truly believe that
Oh.
because there's studies even says that where there's some schools, I don't know, I think in Europe or in the States or in Africa, and they said that they did meditation with kids who were getting in trouble,
Hmm.
and they realized the kids who've been doing meditation compared to the ones going to detention got into less trouble
Yeah.
compared to the kids who were going to detention every day. They're still getting in trouble every day.
Hmm.
So they're
Yeah.
like, hold on, what's happening here? And I said, this is something I was asking the school, my son's school, they need to implement meditation
Yeah.
because kids, instead of telling kids, oh, you're such trouble, you guys are a troubled crew, teach the kids meditation and mindfulness of, hey, why are you being disruptive in the class?
Mhm.
Come and sit with me for a little bit, talk to me. Let's figure out ways we can work so that we all can be on the same page,
Right. Right.
right? And
Hmm.
have a different approach
Yeah.
about it, right? And I think that's where the frustration comes in. However, with the sound meditation, I'm very excited uh, to have met you, and I'm grateful and honored that you were able to come on, especially on a short notice. I was really impressed, and I was like, thank God, yay!
Uh,
And to share your story and to share the process of sound meditation. And I know I'm mispronouncing this wrong. Quan Young
Qigong.
Qigong. See, I
Hmm.
know I'm not even good with this. Sorry, hold on a minute, you guys. Hold on a minute.
All right. I don't know. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you. Yep.
Okay.
Hmm.
My AirPods died. Sorry.
Ah. Okay. That
They
happens.
died. The life was gone for them. It's okay. They just need to be recharged and the life comes back for that moment. And Dante lives in Virginia,
Hmm.
and he does the soul. Um, you said you have a soul thing coming up in April and the summer.
Oh yeah. So April, I'll be a part of Ecstatic Forest. And so that's going to be in Texas. And so I do have a link to that if you're interested. Basically, like, have you heard of Sag Dance? It's kind of like it's dance, but there's no like particular movements. It's just you create an environment, a container where there's like
Right.
simple rules, like like no talking, having your shoes off, having consent, like making sure the person that you want to dance with wants to dance with you. It's like more of like a conscious club without
I
drinking
like that.
alcohol.
It's being respective to the collective. I like that.
Right, exactly. So it's called Ecstatic Forest, and they'll have ecstatic dance there. They'll have like different DJs, but then also too, there's lots of different events, workshops, sound healing, yoga, qigong, authentic relating. There's lots of things that's happening. So that's going to be in April, and
Okay.
then in the summertime is Flow Jam. And so Flow Jam is
Slow
just
jam. That's it.
yeah, Flow Jam is going to be lots of different healing modalities. They're going to have several bands playing. So it's
Mhm.
very cool, very chill, and it's in Virginia. Hmm.
It's in Virginia. Okay, amazing. And you guys remember, all the information will be posted up in the IGTV description box. I'll put them all there so you guys can click on everything and check it out. Please follow him on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. He has a link tree in his bio as well, which I'll put it in the description box. Check it out. He does do one-on-one sessions. Also, he has a sound meditation that is happening tomorrow at 9 p.m. 9 a.m. Sorry, you guys. 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know the tiredness is hitting me. You know it. You know it, you guys. And I want to say thank you again, Dante, for coming on and sharing your knowledge and your wisdom. And I learned a lot about sound meditation. Now I know what it is, and now I understand what it is. Nice. And you guys are coming in, it's okay. This is the IGTV will be saved. You guys can go check it out. If you guys have questions, just leave it in the comments. I don't think Dante minds being messaged by DM.
That's totally fine.
Okay, it's okay with Dante. You guys can message him. Please be respectful and kind with your messages. And no, it's true. Please be respectful and kind with the messages. Be mindful as well. So, because, you know, we're all here to share our stories and knowledge. Please be kind about it, because everybody is entitled to share their stories. This is what I like. Please and thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So, of course. No. This is NazTalk. It's all love here. This is a collective, and my path is to be allowing others to come to a safe space to share their stories, and this is what I want, and this is what it will be.
Thank you. I love it. I've had a wonderful time. This has been really awesome. So
perfect.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate it, Dante. Thank you so much. You guys, check him out tomorrow morning on Instagram Live, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dante, thank you again. I appreciate you. And everybody, have a beautiful Friday. Happy weekend. Please stay safe. Please wear a mask. And, you know, do something kind for someone. Be kind. Do one kind thing to someone for this weekend. And smile.
Ring to that.
Yes! I like that. That's a great way to finish.
That's the way to do it.
Thank you again, Dante. Have a beautiful night. And everybody, see you next week on NazTalk with another guest, as usual.
All right. Take care.
Bye.